service to a fellow human being. With this good thought, I, Usha Chauhan, along with my co-master, Sumati Gupta, wish you all a very warm evening and welcome to ICCA 2020. Sumati.
ICCA 2020 is a non-profit conference that shall provide an opportunity to the practicing engineers, academics, researchers to meet in a forum to discuss various issues and its direction in the field of engineering and technology. Today, we shall aim to put together an experts from the relevant areas to discriminate their knowledge and experience for the relevant future research scope. This conference is financially sponsored by IEEE Industry Application Society USA. No further waiting, I would like to invite Professor Preeti Bajaj, Vice Chancellor of Galgotia University, India, to welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. So, very good evening. On behalf of Galgotia's University, I welcome Honorable Rector, Vice Rector, Professor Valentina Balas, and Professor Mohammed Aisli Laisto, Dr. Chomi, Professor Saifur Rahman, Professor Tenzin, Professor Professor Jean Carnot, Professor Georges, and then our good friend Professor Saad, and organizing chair Ravindra, our Pro-VC Dr. Babu, everyone to discuss IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication and Automation, which has been jointly organized by Galgotia's University in Greater Noida, India, and Oral University of Arad, Romania. At the outset, thank you so much, Valentina, for all your coordination and all your support through the years, which has shown, so we have come from 2015 till 2020. All these conferences, in the past conferences, have been organized face-to-face in India, but because of pandemic, this time we are online. The best part for this is, in spite of having all of that, we have 100% speakers, all from all continents. IEEE complete community, I could see. And probably that is just because the conference is in virtual mode. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this conference, supporting the conference, and having your gracious questions for inauguration and advice. As on today, the fourth industrial revolution and world is going digital. Computing, communication, automation, these are just the words which do not indicate any program, which do not indicate any special occasion, but these are the words which have very little, I would say, the boundary between the programs. Whether it is, today we are talking about engineers. We are not talking about domain-specific engineers. And everywhere right now, whether you are from civil, mechanical, or for electronics or communication, we are trying, the world is rich, and we are trying to have increasing computing capacity on day-on-day basis, and trying our best to enhance the communication and trying to do everything in automation, sitting at our home and trying everything on our fingertips. Lot of challenges are there in this process. When we want the day space, more computing power, fast and everything automation. I'm sure with this, when we're talking about 2.2% of global population, which are they are connected with business and government, almost 3.9 billion people are estimated to use the internet. 96% of world's population is using mobile cellular. I'm sure with this data, lot of challenges are there which to be discussed and which needs to be enhanced. The efficiency still to be enhanced. We are talking about machine learning, We are talking about applications of IoT. We are talking about cyber physical systems, smart cities, healthcare, medicine, e-governance. Everywhere these three words would be used. I'm sure this conference is going to give you insight into all minute details on all the three aspects: computing, communication, and automation. Once again, I welcome you all to the inaugural program of this conference, fifth conference on IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication, and Automation. And thank you for joining this program. I'm sure this conference would give a lot of insight to everyone, those who are participating, those who are presenting, and those who are going to deliver their keynote and plenary as well. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ravindra.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your words. Now I would like to invite Professor Romana Lil, Rector of the Ora Valchia University of Arad in Romania, for welcome address. Ma'am, can you take over?
Hello all. I'm honored to participate in the first edition of the Conference on Computing, Communication and Automation event, if online, as the conference chief patron alongside representative of Galgotia University, EIS and ECA, and of course everyone else present. I would like to take the opportunity to extend my warmest greetings to the conference guest of honor, Professors James M. Conrad, EFA President of the USA, and at the same time forward our university academic staff's well wishes. I would also like to thank the conference sponsor, without whose help this prestigious event couldn't have taken place. All previous sessions of the conference have enjoyed a real success and have benefited the participants and the hosting institution renounce. Similarly to previous years, over 600 articles have been submitted, out of which 138 have been deemed to be of an exceptional academic quality and was selected to be included in the program. I'm sincerely appreciate our Indian colleagues' efforts, with we have signed a memorandum of understanding last year in New Delhi, especially Mr. Galgotia, CEO of Galgotias University, and Mr. Sanel Galgotia, Chancellor of Galgotias University, whom I consider friends, and to I wish good health and success in all their future endeavors. Congratulations to all for this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words. Now I would like to request Professor Saad Maktub, Technical Chair of IEEE ICCA 2020, to address the conference. Sir, please.
I guess sir is having some technical issues.
Okay. Moving on further, then I would like to invite Professor R.V. Babu, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Galgotia University, to share his kind words.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, hearty congratulations to the organizers, chairs from both the universities, Professor Ravindra and Professor Valmina, for having made conference possible.
And
And special thanks to Professor Ramona from our partner university and distinguished professors, Professor Saad, Professor Obaidat, Professor Rahman, Professor Jim Conrad, Dr. Sebastian, Professor Georges Vincenzo, our own respected Professor Beam Singh, all of you. A very good evening, sirs. And thank you very much from on behalf of the Galgodias University for joining us for this virtual conference IEEECA. So this pandemic has taught us many lessons, and one lesson that we have learned is that whatever be the obstructions that can come up, once we unite as people of the world, then we can be victorious against anything. So true to this is a typical example is the gathering of all these eminent academicians here, joining in from various parts of the world at their own, residing at their own time zones. Still, we are able to prove that we can still come together and share our ideas, disseminate knowledge, and prove that humanity stands up and wins against anything and everything. So, having said that, my hearty congratulations for the 5th successive year of IEEECA conference. And in this conference, as pointed out, we have received papers about 1,600 authors from 23 different countries. We have got more than 600 valid submissions, out of which more than 100 academically quality papers are being selected. Also, my special thanks are due to the IEEE chapter of the USA for sponsoring us, and I'm pretty sure that all the participants here would be using this forum to gather maximum knowledge, because it is conferences like these that give us an opportunity to keep ourselves updated and abreast with the latest developments that are happening in our fields of research. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you all of you for having joined this, and I wish the conference success. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and insightful words.
Moving on further, with all the humility, I call upon the Professor Saifur Rahman, IEEE Fellow of Joseph Loning and Joseph Loning Professor and Director of Virginia Tech and Advanced Research Institute of Arlington, Virginia, USA, to share his words. Sir, please take over.
Thank you very much, everybody. Nice to see all these familiar faces. What struck me the most, I see people from India, of course, other parts of Asia. I can see my friends in Europe, friends in the US, North Carolina, and so on. So the thing is, you could not have done that without COVID. If COVID was not here, we wouldn't collect like this. We would not. So this is a silver lining to this event. Everything has a good side. I appreciate that. For that reason, I'd like to thank the whole team at Galagados. I had a chance to meet Professor Babu virtually when I gave a seminar at Galagados a couple of months ago. So first of all, organizers, excellent job, well organized. When I saw the term ICCA, I remembered IEEE. It's ICCA, literally, right? ICCA. Conference on Computers, Communications, Automation. And I'm pleased to see my good friend, Tony Sebastian here. We are sister societies. I'm happy to see, Tony, that our sister society, IAS and PES, are big players in this. Having said that, I hope we don't forget this experience, that how we organize things remotely, more participation, less cost. If I go to India now, plane ticket, hotel, all that cost me maybe $5,000. Cost me nothing right now, zero. Happy to be here. So I should keep that in mind as you go forward. I told IEEE board that please don't forget this experience when COVID is over. Keep that going. As a result, we have much more participation globally. We held our GM general meeting in August virtually. We got people from 65 countries, 65 joining this. When you do face, Professor Vim Singh comes often, you may 30 countries come in. So I would like to see this experience disseminated among all possible groups, sections, chapters globally, so that we learn from this and we move forward with this. And my biggest challenge is to get our young generation, student members, see this. When we have GM, we got 3,000 people. You may get 100 students, maybe 200. I gave many webinars in India last 2 months, to be exact, 26. Kashmir to Kerala, Bangalore to Assam, all of India. The thousands of students attended, thousands attended. This is the things. I hope Professor Bajaj, Priti Bajaj and others at Gelagatos take this into account and be a lead in India to show how well it can be done and organize meetings, conferences, so that we can bring in speakers like list of speakers here to the attention of young students all over India and globally. So that's enough. Thank you very much. Let's go on, move on. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much. We now have Professor Jim Conrad, President IEEE USA, Professor Electrical and Computer Engineering, UNC Charlotte. This is the, please share your word with us.
Thank you very much. By the way, my camera is right there and my monitor is right there, so I'm going to be looking at everything. As has been mentioned before, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to share all sorts of insights from all over the world that ordinarily we would not have been forced to do or chosen to do, although the technology was always there. So I would like to congratulate all of the organizers for being able to what we call pivot and introduce a virtual conference. Although I should mention that I really do miss the opportunity to visit India and eat Indian food. So I hope we don't do away with all travel in the future. But nonetheless, this is an excellent opportunity not only to have live interaction, but also to record this and have it available for students as well as faculty to view later. And so I do encourage you all to keep on thinking of ways to expand and include the entire world in all of your activities, not only at your university, but across your country, and then, of course, across the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Hope to meet you in India soon. Moving on further, I would like to request Dr. Tommy Sebastian, IEEE Fellow of Director HALA Mechatronics at USA, to grace us.
Good evening, morning, good afternoon, wherever you are sitting. It's an honor to be a part of this inauguration session of the 5th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication, and Automation. In this season of uncertainties and movement restrictions, I congratulate the IEEE ICT leadership for finding constructive solutions to the problem, not allowing these restrictions to impede the IEEE activities. I also would like to welcome all of you to this conference. I had the opportunity to be part of the conference early this morning there, actually for midnight for me here this morning. And I was impressed with the participation of the audiences, how active the discussions were and the questions and discussions after the presentation. I think you have a good crowd of attendees. I think that's a good sign of a good conference. This conference is giving an opportunity to practicing engineers, academicians, researchers, and various to discuss various issues that is affecting and the future direction of the field of engineering and technologies. Of course, it would have been better if I could meet you all in person and to have the opportunity to network too. Hopefully next time we can do that. I wish a wonderful conference with a lot of discussions and interactions to achieve the objective of the conference. Let me take this opportunity to thank all the organizers, paper reviewers, attendees, and all for your part in making a successful conference. Thank you all and have a wonderful and productive conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for enlightening words. Now, I would like to invite Professor George Jesus, President IEEE IAS, USA Vice Rector, Toulouse 3 University, France, to address the conference.
I'm afraid that my connection is not good. I just wish welcome.
Professor Saad sir, are you available?
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I am available. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I hope.
Sir, please take over.
Yes, sir. Please take over.
I hope this connection just now. I'm not sure where is the issue, where is the problem, but these are the things that we are learning from these online conferences. As I think just now, I would like to make special thanks to all our track chairs, to our reviewers, to our authors who have submitted the papers. The review process of the papers submitted, at least each paper has been reviewed by 2 reviewers, and we find it very hard actually to select the papers. But finally, we accepted 142 papers. I believe all the papers being selected are of quality, and this is what the aim of this 5th conference is: try to maintain the quality and also encourage the authors to improve their papers to meet the IEEE standards. Once again, I would like to thank our guest of honors, our speakers, keynote speakers, and also special thanks to the organization for making this conference happen. I hope everyone will enjoy, especially the presenters and also especially masters and PhD students who have participated heavily in this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Moving on further, we have Mohammad Saad S. Ubaid, IEEE Life Fellow, the founding Dean of College of Computing and Information, University of Sharjah at UAE. To share your, sir, please come on stage to share your words.
Thank you. May I ask everybody to mute their mics so we could hear each other? Good afternoon in India and most of the Middle East. Good early morning in North, Central, and South America. Good morning in Europe. Good evening in China and Australia. Good very early morning on Saturday, October 31, 2020 in New Zealand. It gives me a great pleasure to be a keynote speaker in the 2020 IEEE International Conference in Computing, Communication, and Automation, IEEE 2020, that's being held virtually due to COVID-19 pandemic. The 3 key topics of the conference are crucial for any nation that seeks to have a place in today's digital and knowledge economy and to enter the 4th and 5th industrial revolution era. I consider such technologies the oxygen that other technologies and systems need badly to operate in a reliable and effective mode of operation. Today's big data world and smart homes and cities, as well as smart systems in general, need these enabling technologies badly. The future that's faster and more efficient. It is not enough to gather mountains of data on the state of its health, transportation, sanitation, education, and security system. To be of any use, that data needs to be sorted, stored, and analyzed in real time. In some cases, getting results in real time means saving the life of a human being or a crucial critical infrastructure and key resource of a nation. Expanding countries like India and China are undergoing unprecedented urbanization as citizens migrate from the countryside to mega cities like Delhi, Beijing, or Shanghai that are so large that they make New York City seems quaint. In areas such as transportation and pollution control, information and communication, automation, AI, cybersecurity, biomedical informatics, and engineering technology will be key to making these cities livable. Contracting countries such as Japan and Spain, meanwhile, must figure out how to meet the growing medical needs of their aging populations, perhaps through smart health homes outfitted with equipment that delivers insulin injection and monitors vital signs. One foreseeable challenge we can see is that the amount of data being generated in today's digital world is vastly greater than our capacity to understand it. We really have a tsunami of data. If you analyze information in the classical way, it may take days to reach a decision. So we need smarter algorithms and technologies that will allow you to take the large volume of data, especially from traffic, analyze it, data mine it, search it, compress it, secure it, and transport it fast in order to be able to make timely and accurate decisions. Worldwide, so far, we still don't have a really efficient algorithm to do that. There are also goals that are hard to reconcile. The Internet of Things, or the array of smart objects, or things that are usually wirelessly connected to cyber physical systems and networks, rely on processors with little memory and minimum computational power. Because of the object's limitation, you really cannot have efficient algorithms to protect privacy and security of the data, because an efficient security algorithm requires high computational power with large memory. A more sophisticated processor is needed. Having the car of the future and automation, digitizing of all processes and factories have become a priority to almost all nations worldwide. We need to protect our air from pollution so that we can live longer with no illnesses. COVID-19 has shown us how vulnerable we are all in our world. Not only this, it has shown us that if we reduce emission of CO2, then global warming will disappear or get reduced significantly. Our skies now look very blue compared to before COVID-19 visited us. So the conference is tackling important topics that contribute to such goals. I like to thank all the organizers for putting together an excellent program. It reflects the diligent work of the technical program committee and all involved in the organization of the conference. IEEE, which is the largest professional organization in the world with over 40,000 members in all countries, over 160 countries with more than 50% outside America, is doing a great job in serving humanity and in acting as a worldwide think tank. Its standards, publications, conferences, education activities, advice to decision makers worldwide are impressive and highly respected. Our founding engineers and scientists were really visionary. When IEEE was founded in 1884 by great scientists like Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, Norman Green, and even Marconi, these visionaries predicted more than 130 years ago that these IEEE disciplines are crucial to our civilization, progress, and the very existence of us. Again, thank you for putting together a superb program and for having me a keynote speaker. Although all of us wish that we can meet physically and be able to visit the beautiful country of India, but COVID-19 insisted to be just longer than we expected. We hope we'll find a vaccine for it soon so that we can return back to face-to-face and physical meetings more. Anyway, enjoy the program and thank you so much.
We are glad to have you here. Now I request Professor Vincenzo Puri, IEEE Fellow, Professor at University of Milan, Italy, to join in.
Ladies and gentlemen, namaste. Good evening. It's a great pleasure and an honor to address you today who are attending the 5th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication and Automation. I would like to thank the chief patrons, all patrons and all chairs, and all organizers and the sponsors for the support to the conference, for the organization, and for having made this event a reality for all of us. This conference is a unique opportunity for sharing knowledge and on advanced ideas in the broader spectrum of computing, communication, smart systems, smart cities, automation, and the various other related areas. These topics have a continuous increasing relevance in many modern application scenarios, and they have a significant impact on our daily life. It is essential to remain on the leading edge of technology and innovation in these areas, in order to ensure a continuous advancement of research and applications for industry development and for stimulating the entrepreneurship and startup. This is a unique opportunity to offer a bright future to the young professionals and the future generations. This conference is also an extraordinary opportunity for networking, well, at least online, to create opportunities for future research and application, to promote the economic and social development in India and worldwide, and ultimately for the benefit of the humanity. Let's light together the lamp of knowledge and let's cooperate more for the benefit of the humanity. Thank you. Thank you for what you are doing and will do. Thank you. And enjoy the conference. Namaste. Ciao.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Moving on further, we have Professor Bhim Singh, IIT Fellow, Professor, Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi, at the stage. Sir, please.
Well, good morning. Well, good evening, good day, and good night, because we are all around the globe. I welcome you all on behalf of the team of this ICCA. It is our great pleasure, to listen all of you, and I'm thankful to all of you, especially to typically permit us to have this conference in this subcontinent, India. Where typically at this moment people are really under a lot of stress of different kind. This give a good opportunity to the typically young student and young professional, which probably have been otherwise for many months they have not been in proper shape. One of the major, I'd like to certainly thanks Dr. Tommy and Professor George from Industry Application Society to co-sponsor this conference from Industry Application Society, because that typical society have a one interesting part that the paper after typically presentation in the conference can go probably for further review for the journal IEEE transaction, either industry application or magazine. So it encourages the young professional to participate in such conferences with the motive that they can learn later on also after the conference through processing their publication. It gives one more great opportunity to young professional at the moment. I found especially because some of my students also have some paper in this conference, and I found very interestingly, earlier they were feeling shy for presentation, but now they get a good opportunity for several days to typically record their presentation along with their PPT. So they learn how to make a good presentation, because what they can do, they can have several iterations of the presentation. They make their slide. Of course, I look along with them, and they make a several time presentation because they listen as a feedback by themselves. Otherwise, you speak and you don't know how good, how bad you are going to present it. But after several iterations, when they are satisfied, then they only upload to it, and they further get opportunity how the other people see that presentation while this presentation is running. Of course, they are present while the paper are presented for question answer, but it really helps them for those young people, those who are in the learning process of every kind, not only probably doing the research, but looking their communication skill as well as making a good presentation and listening to lot of presentation. Otherwise, they could not have gone. They could have been probably only limited to their session and confined to their session, but now they are getting opportunity to listening so much distinguished speaker, which otherwise could not have been probably at a one place. Since morning I'm looking the program that lot of distinguished speaker, probably many of you or many of those speakers could not have come to India. It's very difficult. I can understand what Professor Rahman told. It's not so easy to travel, but this give a good opportunity to young blood to listen to so good expertise with lot of experience in the area. And we also, as a part of the team, we feel happy to be associated. Okay, now it has given a good way, especially for young blood, to listen to very great people. Those who have big experience, and they also need not to waste a lot of time, lot of efforts, lot of energy otherwise. So, I mean, like, and people get connected reasonably well. Of course, I mean, it's not like that is a substitute what Professor Rahman mentioned, but it's a good opportunity, at least the way the people interact together. Like, I mean, and probably, I mean, like, maybe we might be passing after a few years to another side, but certainly young people will remember that it has been a different kind of experience with them, and still, in spite of such tough time, they are getting really the way to interact. Like, I mean, so I'd like to certainly thanks all of you for typically co-sponsoring or sponsoring and allow us to, especially this subcontinent, to have a such conference. And I hope this is the 5th series, and I hope it will continue in future also. And I will wish all the best for the organizer also, and to give opportunity, especially for the young blood. I mean, because they are the future for us to really lead the technology, as Professor Mohammed talked about. So thank you very much again by the organizer to give me an opportunity to be with you. Like, thank you very much, and
Thank
well,
you,
good
sir.
day, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Professor Valentina Ingelath-Tyson, ICCA 2020. Ma'am, please take over the professor, sir. Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear professor, dear friends, dear students, welcome to this important event. Namaste.
Namaste.
Pleasure to welcome you all in this 5th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication and Automation, jointly organized by Galgotias University, India, and my university, Aurel Vlaicu, from Arad, Romania, in these 2 days. We are facing nowadays and the last months to this big problem, COVID-19. But this COVID-19 is reshaping the world, including the academic world. What we were familiar with as normal is fading away and will need to be rewritten. The COVID-19 pandemic is reshaping the ecology of global research, rebuilding the relationship among humans. The research world is showing resilience, solidarity, and humanism. The lockdown period is not a work retreat. Rather, it is a challenging time for academics to work under restriction and uncertainty. Anyway, research continues worldwide. Academics have quickly adapted to complete transfer to online teaching, online meeting, and online research. Many are offering their colleagues, participants, and students compassion and mutual support, sharing vulnerability and sociality. Furthermore, managerial culture seems to be temporarily giving way to humanistic approach, prioritizing researchers as human beings rather than producers of research output, and emphasizing well-being rather than performance and productivity. While countries are being locked down, science has become more open. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, an increasing number of funding bodies, publishers, journals, institutions, and researchers are embracing open science. Publications, courses, archives, and databases are shared online freely, openly, quickly, and widely. All 193 member states of the United Nations have agreed on Agenda 2030, comprising 70 very ambitious sustainable development goals and 169 targets which aim to end poverty and hunger, protect the planet from the degradation, and address climate change, ensuring that all people can enjoy prosperous, healthy, and fulfilling lives, and fostering peaceful, just, and inclusive societies free from fear and violence. Anyway, it is so gratifying to see the growth of this conference to an impressive international assembly with many international participants, distinguished invited speakers, additional guests, to provide you with 3 distinct levels of experiences. The first one, a learning experience, which this year include a very strong program. The second one, a networking experience, giving you the opportunity to form productive collaborations and lasting friendships with like-minded academics around the globe. And the third one, a motivational experience, exposing the young researcher, up and coming colleagues to the latest innovations in our field as a springboard to their own research and discoveries. I'm convinced that this conference is an excellent event that will allow you to learn many new things as well as share your experience. I want to express my congratulations to the main organizers that are Sunil Galgotia and Dhruv Galgotia, also the Vice Chancellor Priti Bajaj, my good friend that I know from many years. She's very, very active in IEEE conferences, IEEE activities. And last but not least, Rabindranath Show, that is so important for all these conferences where I participated normally in the last 2 years, this year in virtual way, but all of them has a great contribution to have all these speakers, to have all these papers, to work on so many directions, to give to your colleagues and to your students a very, very nice scientific environment. Enjoy this conference and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Professor Monica Benasci from University of Siena, Italy, to grace us.
Okay, good evening to all participants. I'm Monica Bianchini from the Department of Information Engineering and Mathematics of the University of Siena, Italy. It is really a great honor and an immense pleasure for me to be invited to attend the inaugural session of the 5th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication and Automation. This event, which follows 4 previous successful editions, takes place at a very difficult time for all of humanity, plagued by the terrible COVID-19 pandemic. However, the passion for research has not faded and will not fade in the future. And this passion is evidenced by the very enthusiastic response to the call for papers, even if the exchange of ideas will only be possible through the network. Indeed, conferences of this nature constitute an important opportunity for young researchers, faculty members, and industry professionals to present their research and development work and get feedback and suggestions to improve its quality. More than ever, in the current era, topics such as computational intelligence, data science, signal and image processing, biomedical engineering, and health technologies have a profound impact on our society. My personal research, in fact, is focused on artificial intelligence, and in particular on neural network models for complex data structure. I also have a strong interest in the bioinformatics and healthcare field, and I really think that technological developments on cutting-edge research areas will also play a fundamental role in recovery from the terrible moment we are experiencing, and which is totally changing our lifestyle. This conference brings together experts from relevant technology areas to spread their knowledge and experience, and provides a platform to exchange views on the latest techniques, standards, technologies, and applications. And that's the best we can do now. I take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to to Dr. Rabindra Nath Shaw and all the organization committee for the remarkable organization of the effort. I'm confident that attendees will bring pleasant memories of the conference with them, and I wish them productive interactions and enjoyable participation. Thanks to all.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. Now, at last but not the least, I would like to invite my co-master for the conference, Usha Chauhan, for the vote of thanks. Ma'am.
Namaste, all of you. I am pleased to propose the vote of thanks. I truly appreciate that my distinguished guest for putting up the grand show. I thank all of you for gracing the event with your gracious presence. I thank organizer and coordinator who planned and coordinated and supported the successful conduct of today's show. The event would not have been possible with everyone's cooperation and the enthusiastic participation. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful experience. Thank you all for making the day memorable one. And as we all know that learning never stops, it's a lifelong process, as the Robert Frost has beautifully explained in his poem, woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all of you.
Thank
you. With this, we came to end of the session. Thank you, professors.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.